the West seems to be quite vociferous in trying to curtail funding for the war in Ukraine, whereas by purchasing this oil for national interest, India is being asked, are you funding this war?
You might remember that not long ago, allegations were being leveled against India for funding Russia in its military conflict against Ukraine by continuing to buy the cheap Russian oil despite an embargo on it by the West. We saw numerous instances of India's External Affairs Minister Jayshankar strongly advocating India's stance in front of foreign diplomats and their media.
People need to understand, if you can be considerate of yourself, surely you can be considerate of other people.
But those confronting India and questioning India's morals then have suddenly gone in a deafening silence over IMF's loan approval to Pakistan during an ongoing military conflict between Pakistan and India. Those lecturing us back then have turned a blind eye to their government effectively funding the military and terrorist activities against us Indians. But the Westerners have had such traits for over centuries. It is said that United States of America is indeed the successor state of the British imperialism in the medieval era. And interestingly, an incident occurred in medieval era involving the Maratha Kingdom and the British East India Company that shows this timeless hypocritical nature of the Westerners. In the middle of the 17th century, the Maratha forces under the leadership of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj had defeated Afzal Khan and had completely routed his army. This was actually against all odds and against all expectations of the contemporary people, as Marathas at that time were a small power as compared to Adil Shahi's Sultanate to which Afzal Khan belonged. But post their victory, the Maratha power started rising rapidly in the western part of present-day Maharashtra. And this brought them in direct contact with the Britishers, who claimed at that time that they were just mere traders. But it is needless to say that under this garb of tag of mere traders was a covert intention to ultimately gain military and political power in India. And trade was just the start of it. The British then had their main center in Surat, and along with that, they had certain factories on the western coast of Maharashtra. Due to the rise of the Maratha power, it became imperative for the British to open correspondence with Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. In a letter written on 13 February 1660, addressed to Shivaji Maharaj as the general of the Hindu forces, the Britishers promised Shivaji Maharaj their friendship and assistance during his future campaigns, and especially against the Siddhi of the sea fort of Janjira. The letter also refers to a previous incident when the Marathas had kept in captivity an Englishman for protecting Afzal Khan's ship against them, to which the British say, "We would not be enemies to those who were our friends." A clear attempt of virtue signaling of high morals and ethics. Being the fair king that Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was, he accepted the British friendship, ordered the release of the captured Englishmen, and allowed them to carry out trade activities in his country. Soon after that, the Marathas and Shivaji Maharaj were again engaged in a military conflict with their enemy Adil Shah. This time, Siddhi Johar, an Abyssinian general of the Adil Shahi Sultanate, besieged Shivaji Maharaj at Panhala Fort. Now interestingly, Adil Shah had his origins in Turkey. During this conflict, the besieger, Siddhi Johar, was looking for long-range cannons to penetrate the strong walls of the Panhala Fort. And this is where the Britishers again come into the picture. The Britishers supplied the long-range cannons to Siddhi Johar. It was the same Britishers who had just established friendship with Shivaji Maharaj a few days back. It was the same Britishers who had boasted about their high morals and ethics by saying that we will not be enemies to those who were our friends. But now they were happy and were ready to contribute to nip in the bud a rising Maratha power with whom they had established friendship just a few days back. Needless to say that the long-range cannons could do no harm to the impregnable defense of the Panhala fort, and Shivaji Maharaj broke the siege at a later date. But one can draw so many parallels with the situation today. Just replace the Adil Shahi Sultanate with Pakistan, the Maratha Kingdom with the present-day India, and the British with USA. The Pakistanis tried to break India's defense using Turkish drones and failed miserably. The USA assisted them with funds during the conflict. USA is trying to influence the geopolitics of the region using trade tactics and trying to diminish the rising superpower that is India. These many parallels compels me to bring out the old cliche that history keeps repeating itself. And that is the exact reason why learning history and learning from history is very important. What are your views about this? Post them below in the comment box. We would like to hear them. If you like the video, hit like, share this video, subscribe to the channel. We have many other videos about history on our channel. One such video is about a trade war that happened between Britishers and the Marathas. Click here to watch that video.